you have asked me about Jesus. You said you wanted to know what happened to him. I took what you asked seriously, and I have gathered together 7 eyewitnesses, and they have agreed to tell the story. As eyewitnesses, they saw what happened to Jesus, and how he was put on trial, beaten, and hung on a cross. But that's not all that happened. This is the greatest story ever told. Brothers and sisters, I present the eyewitnesses.
Friends, you have asked us about Jesus, about what happened. Since we were his disciples and eyewitnesses, we can't wait to tell you what we saw.
Well, after 3 long years of teaching about God's kingdom and healing the sick, Jesus of Nazareth came to our capital city here of Jerusalem.
And when he arrived, they cheered. They yelled. There was so much joy. There was so much love for Jesus. They yelled, "Hosanna, Hosanna, Son of David. Blessed be the one who comes in the name of the Lord." But the chief priests and the Pharisees were so afraid of Jesus' power and his popularity. Therefore, they had the guards deliver him to the Romans to be killed. The Roman governor, Pontius Pilate, held court and heard the case of Jesus personally.
Now his accusers said that Jesus claimed that he would tear down the temple in 3 days. Yes, he said it. But what they didn't realize was that he was talking about his own temple, his body.
Then, the Jewish leaders, they stirred up the crowd against Jesus. They shouted, "Crucify him! Crucify him!"
Now you take Pilate, having examined Jesus for himself, and not wanting his blood on his hands, found no reason for him to be killed. Therefore he ordered that he be beaten, whipped, and let go.
But the chief priests and people insisted that Jesus Christ be crucified. And eventually, Pilate gave in.
Yes, he took water and he washed his hands before the whole multitude. And then he said, "I am innocent of the blood of this just man. You see if the sentence is carried out."
And when the soldiers received their orders, they began to beat Jesus. And they beat him, and they beat him, and they continued to beat him. And then they stripped him of his clothes.
Then they put a scarlet robe around him, a crown of thorns upon his head, and a reed in his right hand.
And then they mocked him. They mocked him. They bowed down and mocked him, saying, "Hail, hail, King of the Jews!" And And then they took the reed and they struck him in the head with it.
Then they took the scarlet robe off Jesus and they led him away to be crucified.
And oh God, what a sad day it was.